Hello everyone. Now today I've got another Lincolnshire RoadCar bus model to add to my collection of Lincolnshire RoadCar bus models. This time I've got a Wright Eclipse Gemini, and it's in the swoopy version of the Interconnect livery. Now, although it is a RoadCar livery, for some strange reason Corgi did model these with the Stagecoach logo on them, but then again this was released in 2008, so I can probably see why, because this livery was still being in use by Stagecoach in Lincolnshire until 2009. Although the last of them weren't repainted until the end of 2010, I believe. So as you can see, this is the Wright Eclipse Gemini, and it's a swoopy version of the previous Interconnect livery that was introduced in 2001. But however, it did continue to be used on the East Lancs Vikings, because the Connect 51 between Louth and Grimsby was Interconnect branded in March 2006, and they still used this livery because they had the East Lancs Vikings on that route by that time. But these Wright Eclipse Geminis, they were used on the Interconnect 6 between Lincoln and Skegness. Now, Corgi did two different versions of this model. One with the, well, they're both the same, but the only things that were different is the destination board. Because there was two versions, one with the Lincoln destination board, which is the one that I've got here. Because all my other Connect 6 buses, including the Right Access Scania, well, this is the only other one that I've got, because that was the only other Connect 6 bus to be modelled. Both of these here have got the Skegness destination board, and I just wanted one that was heading towards Lincoln. And yeah, the other version of this Wright Eclipse Gemini was the one with the Skegness destination board. But as you can see, it is a swoopy version of the 2001 Interconnect livery. So this was introduced in 2005 when Yorkshire Traction ordered these Wright Eclipse Geminis. The only thing that's different in this swoopy livery is that it's ditched to white completely, and it's got yellow lettering instead. And it was also the first low floor bus to ditch the words low floor as well. Which is strange for a low floor bus at the time, back then. But yeah, low floor buses were sort of a new thing back in the late 90s, early 2000s for Lincolnshire. But yeah, this was the first bus to ditch the words low floor on it, when it was when they brought these low floored Wright Eclipse Geminis. And as you can see, although it is modelled with the Stagecoach logo, I'll just show you the picture. There is they have these Wright Eclipse Geminis originally did have the RoadCar logo on them, as you can see here. So yeah, they only lasted about 6 months with the RoadCar logo, because in December 2005, Yorkshire Traction, they were bought out by Stagecoach, and although the RoadCar name was kept until September 2006, when it got renamed Stagecoach in Lincolnshire, which is probably when the RoadCar logos got changed to the Stagecoach logo on these buses. These Wright Eclipse Geminis did have the RoadCar logo on them originally, but they only lasted around 6 months, because I think it was in March 2006 when these were delivered. And of course, the RoadCar name was still being used until September 2006. Hence why the buses that were already repainted into Stagecoach livery had a temporary RoadCar logo on the front and side windows. But anyway, I'm going to open up the box and show you what it's like, and to give you a full detail of the model, and I'll let you know what I think to it, and show you the collector card that comes with it. So there's the collector card. As you can see, this is to certify that this is a limited edition and is number 628 of 1,200 distributed worldwide. And as you can see on the card here, it says Wright Eclipse Gemini, Lincolnshire Road Car. It's number OM41219. It says Lincolnshire's road car history can be traced back to 1913, when Mr. W.P. Allen began operating buses in Clacton. In 1922, the firm opened a depot in Lincoln, and the name was changed in 1926 to Silver Queen Motor Omnibus Company Limited. The company was brought under the ownership of the Tillings and Batts groups of companies in 1928, registered under the name of Lincolnshire Road Car Company Limited. During nationalisation, Lincolnshire was ran by the British Transport Commission. Then, following privatisation in 1985, it was later sold to Yorkshire Traction Group and was rebranded as RoadCar in 1988. In December 2005, the Yorkshire Traction Group became part of the Stagecoach UK Bus, and RoadCar became Stagecoach in Lincolnshire. So that's the collector card. I won't take it out of its original packet because there's nothing else in it. I'm just going to unscrew the base so I can get this bus model out, and then I decided to get this Wright Eclipse Gemini because although it does have a Stagecoach logo on it, which I thought sort of ruined it a little bit for me, because I would like to have it with its original RoadCar logo on it. Wish Corgi did model it with the original RoadCar logo. I brought it anyway because several months ago I bought the Leyland Atlantean in Yorkshire Terrier livery, because although there wasn't a RoadCar bus modelled on a Leyland Atlantean, there was one with a similar looking livery called the Yorkshire Terrier, which was another company owned by Yorkshire Traction Group. And I brought this Leyland National because it was a base design for the Pacer train. But as you can see in this picture, several Yorkshire Terrier liveried buses were transferred to RoadCar, and they did have the RoadCar logo on them when these Leyland Nationals got transferred to Lincolnshire RoadCar at some point in the mid-2000s, I think, as you can see in this image. Right, so I'm going to show you the Wright Eclipse Gemini in detail. So first impressions, I think it's an absolutely stunning model. The doors to the bus are much better because it's actually 3D printed, unlike the East Lancs Viking. As you can see, on the East Lancs Viking, it's just a 2D print on the plastic, rather disappointingly. But on the Wright Eclipse Gemini, it's got proper 3D doors on here, proper moulded doors. The handrail's the only thing that's been moulded on there, as you can see. It's quite bright. It's quite bright as well. So livery on the Interconnect livery, it's much bolder than that of the one introduced in 2001 on the East Lancs Vikings. But this livery was introduced for the Wright Eclipse Geminis. The interior is much more detailed than it is on the East Lancs Viking, because inside it's actually got these it's actually got the rails on there, these poles with the stop buttons painted yellow, and then it's got the red tops on the blue seats, which make it look excellent, because shows you how nicely detailed it is. Shame they couldn't couldn't recreate the trim design on these seats, on the blue parts of these seats. It's even got, but there you go. There's also a wheelchair symbol on here. I don't know if the camera can focus or not on it. Come on, please focus. Here we go. I'll just zoom out a little bit. There you see. So unlike my East Lancs Viking, which although it is a low floor bus and it's clearly visible that there is wheelchair space, this one here does have a wheelchair symbol on here to let users know that the bus is wheelchair accessible. That is the case nowadays for all buses in public service. They have to be wheelchair accessible, unless, of course, you're running a heritage bus on the heritage service. The front of it is the best part to look at. You've got the Lincoln and Skegness pictures on there. You've got the destination board saying Lincoln. The front part of it is nicely well moulded, and as you can see, there's the Stagecoach logo above the Wright logo, and then of course you've got the Volvo logo above the Stagecoach logo, which shows that this was built on a Volvo chassis. And then you've got the fleet number just there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but at some point I might actually remodel this bus to change the Stagecoach logo back to its original RoadCar logo to make it more fitting with my collection. Probably be easier to do than my Yorkshire Terrier Leyland National. Because if I do choose to remodel my Yorkshire Terrier Leyland National to still keep its livery but have the RoadCar logo and its fleet number on here and the Lincolnshire destination, it's going to be a lot more. It's going to take a lot more work to do, and also that fleet number that fleet address there as well. This is the right hand side of it, showing you boasting how the Coastal Connect is successful. And as you can see, yellow lettering has replaced the white lettering on this Interconnect livery that was introduced in 2005, 2006. And the only white that's on there is the council's Interconnect logo, as you can see. I think there's some. As you can see, there's a couple of wing mirrors on here. They are firmly attached. Probably a lot more than my East Lancs Viking, because at one point my left wing mirror came off and I couldn't find it, so I had to buy another East Lancs Viking and salvage its left wing mirror to put onto my RoadCar East Lancs Viking before I sold my Delane Buses East Lancs Viking to someone on Facebook. And then this is the back of the Wright Eclipse Gemini, which I find the most interesting because not only does it have the another quality Interconnect service, the only disappointing thing about these Wright Eclipse Geminis is that they don't have the route map, unlike the East Lancs Vikings, but it does show the other Interconnect routes that are on there, which is the number 9 between Skegness and Mablethorpe, the number 7 between Skegness and Boston, and the number 6 between Skegness and Lincoln. Now, obviously, since 2018, I think it is, these have been renumbered, because since then the number 9 between Skegness and Mablethorpe, that's now 59. The 7 between Skegness and Boston, that's now been renumbered at 57, and obviously the 6 between Skegness and Lincoln, that's now been renumbered. Skegness, the 6 between Skegness and Lincoln, that's now been renumbered 56. But at least it does have a bottom back window there, unlike the East Lancs Viking. So as you can see, it's very different here on the back. But there is quite a lot of red and yellow on the on the right, these Wright Eclipse Geminis with the with a few swoopy green stripes. So overall, it's a stunning model. Oh, there's also a tree rail there, which there's also a tree rail there to stop the front window from getting smashed if it hits a tree. The material's much stronger than the tree pole on the East Lancs Viking. Well, I think anyway when I felt it, or possibly a little bit weaker. I don't know. So overall, it's an absolutely stunning model, and I like how the interior is much more detailed than their East Lancs Viking that Corgi have modelled. I think the only downside I'll say is that I think these Wright Eclipse Geminis should have the original RoadCar logo on them. But then again, it only lasted 6 months with the RoadCar logo on them, which is probably why you probably would only see these with the Stagecoach logo on them if you're looking for a picture of a Wright Eclipse Gemini in the original RoadCar Coastal Connect livery. But then again, recently on Flickr, I did find a whole load of Wright Eclipse Geminis with the original RoadCar logo on them. So I just don't think it's a rare photo anymore. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic model. Something that I'm definitely going to display in my model railway shed, and maybe even put it on my model railway layout if I do move house and having to rebuild my model railway. And yeah, it's a good model. And these are my other RoadCar bus models. So I've got the Right Access Scania, again from the again it's in the Connect 6 livery. That's from 1999. And when Exclusive First Editions did this bus model, the rails on the doors are much more better because they're not printed. They did actually use nickel silver wiring to make the rails. And I got a Corgi MCW Metro bus in standard RoadCar livery because I wanted a double-decker bus in standard RoadCar livery. And then there's my Alexander Y-Type. There were 2 versions of these. I'll just show you the picture of the other Alexander Y-Type bus model, which I haven't got yet. But I didn't get it because it's got the original RoadCar logo post-privatisation, which I didn't really like because I grew up with this version of the RoadCar logo that was laterly used, which is why I chose this exclusive first edition's Alexander Y-Type, even though it's got long windows. But then again, I do like its long windows. But if the other Alexander Y-Type bus model that's exclusive first editions did have this RoadCar logo with its the one with the square windows, I would have got it as well. Well, I might get it in the future, but maybe remodel it to have the later RoadCar logo. And then here, this is the Yorkshire Terrier. Even though it isn't a RoadCar bus model, I did get it because it's very similar to the standard RoadCar livery. It's just got more green in it, and this livery was still retained when it got transferred to RoadCar. Just change the logo, fleet number, and destination on the scroll. But I got this Leyland National because it was the base design for the Pacer train, which I've got on my model railway. Hence why I was interested in buying a Leyland National. And yeah, that's my video, and I'll see you all later. Bye for now.